Welcome back to CDT everyone, it's your boy Ditto. We got another review today. This time it's the Bugatti Type 57 SC Atlantic. Final car out of the three cars in the car pass. Very pretty actually. So this was, we've been reviewing the car pack over the past week. Monday, the Dodge Daytona. Tuesday, the Merc 300 SL. Now this. So as always, going to go over the specs, then go drifting, then start racing it. Very simple specs actually. Black body, black wheels with a little chrome swirls, black interior with tan seats. End of. The car's actually right-hand drive, unlike most cars in CDT, which is interesting. Okay, the drift is actually really quite good. Maybe a little bit too much tail action, you have to lift sometimes. I cannot drift to save my life. Yeah, you see, too much tail action. That's what happens when you flatten it through there. And then you just spin it sometimes. So we're going to get into some races, starting off as always with the city race. This car's gorgeous, look at it. Lovely long bonnet housing a straight 8 engine. That's 8 cylinders in a straight line, very long. Beautiful little teardrop cabin with the flying wings. I call them flying wings because they're like away from the main body. Nice little chrome grille. It's a very pretty car. And a very rare car. There were 4 cars made originally. 2 survived today. However, after the original run of 4, Ettore Bugatti licensed a close friend of his, I think, to basically make 12 exact replicas of these cars using the original tooling and parts and like in the same factory, but they're not original SCs. And so yeah, there's 14 SCs, I think, 2 originals and 12 replicas, unless there's been some accidents in the replicas, in which case, God knows. It's a very nice car to drive, I will admit. As the back end is a bit twitchy, but you know, handles nice and well. Maybe needs a bit more power, but still quite fun to drive. Go through the chicane there. There's a little circular bit in the back, which is where the spare wheel goes, I think. Oof. That's what I was meaning about the back being a bit twitchy. It does come unstuck very easily, as you saw there. Nice line through that corner. Very nice, actually. I suppose being, you know, generally quite slow rather than having Revuelto syndrome is actually a good thing. I certainly prefer it that way. Anyway, apparently the limited shop is coming soon, and it's going to have the ice charger on it, which is the Dodge Charger from Fast and Furious 8, I think. The really heavily modified one that looks nothing like a Charger anymore. And it's also going to have, what's the other car they said was going to come? G-Wagon 6x6, I think. Should be interesting, because it's effectively a 6x6 version of the Eldorado G-Wagon, which was a limited back in the days, like right before the old map got blown up. Yeah, canonically the old map is no more because it sort of got boomed by a volcano. My phone just froze for a moment. What is it with lagging when I'm on camera? Anyone would think it was trying to process the Enigma code or some shit. Handles quite well at top speed. No, nice amounts of body roll without being too much. Dodge Daytona. And it'll do 202 miles an hour. It needs a little bit more power because right now it's sort of bottom end of class 3 when the top speed is actually middle end of class 3. Well, not middle end. Middle of class 3. And we're going to do my little slip road thing of... That was fun. Only got 4 gears, interestingly, so it's effectively got a drift gearbox, but like unintentionally. That might explain why it drifts so well. Well, apart from the fact it sort of drifts like a drift car. It holds the slides a lot. It's effectively a drift car without the tyres. If it had drift tyres, it would just constantly stay in slides until you lift it off. Whereas in this, it sort of just spins. The back end will keep coming round like a pendulum because all the weight of the straight 8 is at the front, whereas there's like barely any weight at the back. See, this game is realistic. In fact, if you do the right things on the sand, you will spin, which is very cool. God, I'm nearly at 28,000 miles when last week I was only at like 26. That's because I grinded for the bolide so much. Not fun. Car's actually quite a good long distance cruiser, but needs a bit more power. Same problem I had with the 300 SL. God's sake. Can't get the throttle blipped. Go faster. Of course you can actually make this faster because this is the... This has like the... This is the only class 3 car. Well, one of the 2 only class 3 cars which comes with base upgrades. So like no turbo, no engine upgrade. All the others come with sport or street, I think. Well, apart from the 300 SL. So you can get this car tuned up to 255 miles an hour. Or the launch from... Can we just launch it from first gear a moment? I'm just gonna... If you just go onto the throttle and then press the handbrake, like a tiny bit. Acceleration is brutal. My cats are running around outside, I think. Where's Pa? The gear, I think the big problem is the gear ratios are so rubbish. Like, you go from 122 to 200 in one gear. Like, it needs more gears. Because it's got a drift gearbox and that's not good. It's not supposed to be a drift car, it's supposed to be a Bugatti. Ready? Third gear. If I can get out of third gear. $150. I should not have done that. Wait, there's no way. You can actually get it to slide just by giving it full throttle on the gas. Wow, it's actually quite a good drift car around here. Hold on, let me try something. It did slightly kick the tail there, which was nice. Damn it, can't hold drift. So this is actually the original inspiration for the modern day Bugatti La Voiture Noire, the former most expensive car in the world, well, brand new. It was owned by Jean Bugatti, and it was literally known as La Voiture Noire, the black car, in French. And that's actual French, not French Canadian, in case any Americans and Canadians are getting confused. Yeah, I'm a little bit sick today, so excuse me for, sounding like I've got the shits. Still, keep up with the daily grind and all that. Positivity. Woo. Oh dear. Actually does need more power, not gonna. Oh, fudge. Actually, what I was saying about it not having Revolto syndrome, I'm kind of, sort of, it has Revolto syndrome effectively, but in all gears except for third and fourth. No, not third and fourth. In both third and fourth gears. Basically any speed from 100 to 200. Yay. It's not as bad as the Revuelto, but still pretty crawling. But it is nice to drive. I'm sure with more power, just like the Revuelto, it'll be gorgeous. It'll be like the Agera. My gorgeous little police Agera. Not the RS. We don't like the RS. Just coming down this last hill. Even though it had a crash, I'm still thinking that 145.2 is a bad time. Wee donut. Actually quite fun. And it comes out of the drift quite nicely in that. Unlike most cars that just spin uncontrollably on that, you can actually bring it out of the drift relatively easily. So make sure you're drifting the right way. I woke up in a new Bugatti. Speaking of new Bugattis, what about old ones like this? Or returning limited? Don't think we're actually getting a limited Bugatti in the Christmas sale. Which is a shame really. Last year we had the Bollide. And the Passport, I think. Might have actually been when I got the Passport. Would be quite funny. God, I really don't feel the best today. It's a shame really. Might be able to enjoy this car more. Black interior with tan leather seats, despite the fact they look a bit cheap. Look at the blistering acceleration that it doesn't have. Yes, that was a backhanded compliment. Just like what Ettore Bugatti said about the Bentley Blower, it being the fastest lorry in the world. Very funny, Ettore. Very funny. I keep trying to drive it like a bollard. It's not a good idea. Because it's so slow. It's crawling around the track. 130 across the line. Wow. Really good. I hit a wall. That was actually quite nice through that corner. Just need more power. Luckily I have more power because I've got the engine tunes. Yeah, believe me, 255 miles an hour in a 1930s car, not fun. I went on the wall. Are you kidding? Come on. And it just won't drop down gears either, so you end up getting stuck in a sort of no acceleration vacuum. Like it will slow down to 60, which should be second gear, and isn't. Come on. Look, this is rubbish. 44.3. That's like 5 seconds. No, not 5 seconds. Like 3 seconds slower than a Revuelto. And the Revuelto's shit as well. Yeah, this is. I don't think the classic car pack was worth it. I'm not gonna lie. We have a tippy boy. Don't worry, it requires a suspension mod to fix it. 27 grand. Ouch. We have an actually good GT Cruiser when it has more power. Like all of these cars, they just need more power. They're not fun without power. Some cars are fun without power, like the Ford Focus RS, the Lotus Elise, the what's it called? The fucking Lancia Delta Integrale. That's the one. These are not. Look at it. 13. Hold on a minute. That's like 500 milliseconds slower than. What was I gonna say? Yeah, 500 milliseconds slower than something like Celine S7. So we've come to the end of the review of this Bugatti. And also the car pack, the classic car pack itself. And is it worth it? Well, only if you've got some extra cash lying around to tune the engine. Which it turns out I do. And you can keep forgetting it's not that hand drive. And see, now it's fun. All it needed was more power. Brilliant. So yes, only buy the classic car pack if you have money to tune the engines on them. This is a gorgeous car, just needed a bit of extra power to match its racing looks. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. If I'm not ill. Thanks.